Dear friends and followers, today's question is maybe a little bit off topic, but I got many requests to make this video. And the question is, do pilots ever get nervous?
1383, runway 27, clear takeoff. United 1538, number 327, on its way.
This question is a valuable question and I've put some thought into it to give you a decent answer. Okay, first off, pilots are as human as anyone else and we're not anything special and we have feelings and emotions like any man or woman out there. So yes, of course we do get nervous, and when I have to prepare a speech for a friend's wedding or a birthday, I get nervous talking in front of 100 people, and if I would have to go bungee jumping, I would get nervous, trust me. But I guess the question was more referred to if pilots get nervous whilst flying. When I performed my first actual landing on the Airbus A320 with passengers on board, I was sweating water bottles. Sure, I got nervous worrying about maybe I have to perform a go-around or a hard landing. 1,000 things rush through your head on your first landing, no doubt about it. Other than that, I assume that every pilot gets a little nervous prior to his 3 annual check flights. 2 in the simulator and 1 line check in the actual airplane with an examiner sitting right behind you. No one likes the situation of being evaluated on his performance, so obviously everyone gets a little nervous of failing the check flight. But there's actually no reason to worry because the examiner will file a report on your weaknesses and schedule some additional training in that particular area you might have some difficulties. That's what simulator training is all about, and you will become better and better and more skilled with each check flight. But there's one key thing you can do to become less nervous in any area, if it's a check flight, maybe thunderstorms, turbulence, or fear of a technical malfunction. Preparation. It's all about being well prepared. Okay, I'll give you a good example. During your briefing, you prepare yourself for the upcoming flights of the day, and you go through the weather charts and you spot a jet stream cutting your flight route. Okay, first reason to get a little nervous. What do? You know when crossing a jet stream you're most likely going to encounter some turbulence, so you check the level the jet stream is at and compare it to your cruising level. Okay, in our example, they're at the same level, so you might consider to climb a little higher or even descend to not cross the jet stream at its core. You'll check the time you're most probably going to cross the jet stream, you collect all data possible, brief the cabin crew on possible turbulence, so you and your crew are now mentally prepared for a possible bumpy flight at a given time. So why be nervous? You've done everything in your power, you prepared yourself, and when the time comes, you know this was going to happen. The same as if you weren't preparing for your math exam. You already know the outcome is probably going to be bad, so better prepare yourself properly, be less stressed prior to the exam, and give it all you've got once you're in the exam. Then you might ask if pilots get nervous due to a technical problem. Sure, your subconsciousness might be worrying about a technical failure in flight, but again, it's all about preparation. For example, during your briefing, you also check the technical logbook for any aircraft defects from previous flights. So let's imagine the last pilot stated that one of the engines started to vibrate more than usual whilst climbing, but within limits. So again, you've prepared yourself mentally on the state of the aircraft and pay close attention whilst climbing if the vibrations get any worse. Another example. You receive the ATIS and a flock of birds near the runway is reported. What do? You mention it during your emergency briefing on ground to your captain that we should keep a lookout for birds when lining up on the runway and maybe wait a few seconds before applying takeoff thrust and get your mind set for a possible engine failure in case you encounter a bird strike. Think about the simulator training you've had, quickly review the procedures in your head. That's why flight school training and simulator training is so essential. So again, prepare yourself so that it's not a huge surprise in case something really happens. So the answer is yes, we do get nervous about certain things, but preparation and good training is key to stay calm in a stressful situation. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Please be so kind to subscribe my channel for further upcoming videos and check out my Instagram account for beautiful aviation pictures. All the best, be safe, have a great day, farewell, your Captain Joe. A great example for a calm pilot is Captain Sullenberger and his co-pilot Jeff Skiles. Sure, Sully was nervous in that situation and his heart was beating at a higher rate than usual, but he fully relied on his gained flight experience in the past, simulator training and flying skills, which sharpened his focus and kept him calm in that very stressful situation. Just listen to his voice on the A-to-C communications. It is absolutely remarkable how calm he reacted.
Cactus 1549, turn left heading 270.
This is Cactus 1539, hit birds to lost thrust on both engines, returning back towards LaGuardia.
Okay, you need to return to LaGuardia. Turn left heading up 220.
220.
Fly with Captain Joe, supported by iPilot. Fly a jet.